Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Hello, we're going to do a quick summary of the Sikh of Pekudei Sichos Chelik Beis Parsha Behaaloscha. So we have a Vart for Shabbos. Try to keep it short, 2 to 5 minutes. So in this Haftarah, on this Parsha, it says, talks about Risiv named Ner Zav Kula. Behold, I saw the menorah, which is totally of gold. Now the menorah is relates to the Jewish people. We are like the menorah. And just like the menorah has 7 branches, so too, we all have one of those branches, so to speak. And we, meaning in simple English, we all have our mission. And all together, that all comes together to make this beautiful menorah. And we have to realize that every person has their own specific mission. Now, the result is to make a connection in this world and bring everyone closer to Torah mitzvahs, and to bring out the Gilui Elokus and bring Mashiach. That's the result. The result is the same, but the way it goes is very different. Some person is from a Kavach Chesed, is like a kind person, and they're extrovert, let's say, they like to talk to people or like to act very kind. And some people are very strict and very organized, and they're very, and you look at them together and they look like very different people. They're just different types of the sides of the branch, but ultimately we're all part of the menorah, and they all come together. And that's the first lesson we're learning from this week's parsha and this sikha, that we all have our specific mission, something special that we can give to the world and shine our light that only we can shine. Together with that, who helps the menorah? It was Aaron. We have to realize that there's Aaron. What was Aaron? He was Reid of Shalom, Oiv Shalom, Reid of Shalom. He loved peace and he chased after peace. Oiv as a Brios, Mekavan Torah. He loved creations and he brought them close to Torah. But what we love from this is that Aaron, he didn't water down the Torah. It doesn't say Makarav Torah Lahem. He said Makarav Van Torah, brought them close to the Torah, meaning he left the Torah as it is in its true form, and he brought them close to Torah. Simple example of this is that when you're teaching someone, you see someone doing something when you teach, a simple example, when you teach the halachas of being married. So some people want to say, well, they're not going to fulfill everything anyway. You're teaching someone, let's say, that's not so religious. They're not going to know. Why should I tell them all the halachas? They're not going to know everything, and they're not going to do it anyway. So let them be more ignorant, so they will feel less bad about the things they're not doing. So what we learn from Aaron is that's not the way to do it. It's to become like Torah. You have to have obviously soul, but you have to teach them everything. And also what we learned is that Aaron, he's a Brios, he loved the Brios. What's a Bria? Bria means the creation. It means the whole specialness of this being is nothing more than the fact that they're a created being. Hashem created them, that's their whole mile, that's their whole specialness. And what we're saying is we have to recognize that Aaron didn't bring them closer to Torah mitzvahs because that makes him special, because he cared about them and he saw how special they were. He wanted them to bring them closer to Torah. And so too, we have to look at ourselves, look at people around us, that we're good. When we say to ourselves, I'm good, why am I good? Because I learned yesterday and because I did a mitzvah yesterday. That's not why you're good. You're good because you're good. Because Hashem created you, that means you're good. And therefore, because I'm good, let me express that goodness by doing Torah mitzvahs, by connecting with others, by helping others. And that was the other thing we learned. But together with that, we also learned something very interesting in regards to the menorah. There's 3 conditions in the menorah. First of all, the menorah, anyone can light the menorah. Second of all, the menorah has to be prepared by Aaron specifically, which is very interesting. And third of all, has to be in the heichal. So we explain the reason is like this. First of all, anyone can light it, that's fine. But the preparation, meaning you want to help another yid, good, that's perfect. To light someone else's menorah, someone else's candles, someone else's, neshama, whatever they need. Everyone can do it, and everyone has an obligation to do it. But the preparation for that, the way to do it, how do I want to do that? I want to help another yid, baruchnis. I want to connect them to Torah mitzvahs. So what's the way to do it? You know what? So someone could come and think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach him the whole Gemara. That's not the way. You have to follow the ways that the Rebbeim told us. And that's what we're saying. The Aaron has to prepare it. The Aaron gave us the and that's what the Rebbe's 10 mitzvah campaign. Doesn't mean you can't learn on Gemara, of course. But that's one of the mitzvah Torah. saying is the way you go about it is not by thinking up your own ideas, but following the preparation of Aaron. And then we say that you have to light it. In the Heichel, it's because like this, even though there's a lot of holy places, and there's 10 levels of holiness, and the Heichel is very high. There's the other ones that are also very holy, but when it comes to the Menorah, we have to push, we have to try to get to the best. You can't decrease in holiness, you do the highest in holiness. So what is that lesson for us? Is that we have to push ourselves to do our mission. We have to recognize that we have a specific mission, and when we fulfill that mission, we fulfill the Ratzon of Hashem. And the Ratzon is this thing that it's not half fulfilled, it's fully fulfilled. And we have to realize it's totally up to us, and we can either totally fulfill it or not. We have to push ourselves to fulfill it totally. Together with that, we have to also realize that, it's in my mind right now, well, the last thing, now we have to realize that this is also in regards to learning Chassidus, that we have our specific mission, part of our mission that we all have independently of each other and collectively to learn Chassidus. That even though in the generation before they didn't learn Chassidus, it doesn't apply to now. And for sure we have the obligation, and Mitzvah Hashem will push ourselves to learn Chassidus and understand Chassidus, and that will help us, give us a fire and a passion that Torah mitzvahs. And if we try to implement all this, we for sure are bringing Mashiach closer. If not, he should come already. Have an amazing Shabbos.